everyone, welcome to the channel and to your new moon in Gemini tarot reading. So this is going to be for the air signs, Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. Now, sorry I've been away for a little while. To be honest with you, I've needed to have a break, which is why I've not put up any monthlies for December. I needed to take some time out to really think about what I want to do with my channel moving forward. So don't be surprised if from January 2022 you see some big changes occurring to this channel. So I'll give you more updates regarding that as we get past the holiday season. So I hope you guys do have an amazing holiday. But for now, let's have a look at this upcoming energy. So interestingly, I pulled some oracle cards for you just to save some time. And we can see here with fear coming out first from the quantum, with it being in reverse. I feel like you are, what I got as a message is just taking a leap of faith, but more like taking a plunge and holding your breath, like you're jumping from the cliff edge into deep water and just holding your breath, closing your eyes and hoping for the best. That's what I got from this energy. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're facing your fears, you're overcoming your shadow aspect, you're overcoming your triggers, you're overcoming the past, you're overcoming the obstacles, you're overcoming the naysayers, right? And I feel like regardless of everything that would be telling you to pull back, to not take this leap of faith, you're doing it despite the fear. That's what I want to say. So regardless of whether or not you feel completely confident is irrelevant. I feel like it's not a case of feeling confident at all, far from it. But it's like feeling the fear, doing it anyway is what I'm getting from this. So this is awesome. So instead of allowing your fears, allowing those negative thoughts, maybe some anxious feelings stopping you from moving forward, you're doing it regardless. So that's very commendable. Especially because from the Work Your Light deck, you have the crumbling. And it says here, what are you clinging on to? So this is something that you're having to really look at over the coming days, I feel. So even though you are taking this leap, even though you are making these changes, there's still something that requires releasing. With the crumbling, I get very strong tower energy from this. You could have Scorpio even in your chart or be connected with one. But I feel like this is about, there is a situation, an energy, a memory, or even a connection that you refuse to let go of, and yet it is requiring you to do so in order to take this leap of faith. It's like whatever you're holding on to so tightly for dear life can't come with you, is what I feel. There's something you have to be prepared to release. For you, this may seem like a sacrifice, a great sacrifice that you're having to make, because it's clearly something that means a great deal to you. But if you want to level up, if you want to see things change in your reality, if you want to vibrate higher, if you want to break out of karmic cycles, you have to be prepared to release what does not serve and what is of a far lower vibration than that which you are stepping into. And that's the thing, when we do level up, there's always a price, there's always a cost involved, there's always something that has to be released. There's always some sense of sacrifice involved. But I feel like what you're releasing is not really, I mean, if you look at it from another perspective, it's not something that's truly a sacrifice, because it's something that doesn't serve you anyway. It's something that hinders your progression. But there is a tower that needs to fall here. And I feel like there may be a rude awakening that comes with that. Something, a situation that forces your hand, where you feel you have no choice but to let this go at this point. So it's almost like the divine is saying, listen, air signs, you can either willingly let go of this, or I'll have no choice but to force it out of your hands. So that's pretty much the energy here. So ultimately, I feel like it would make it a lot easier on you if you just simply choose to let it go. Now, with full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches from the Moonology deck, And interestingly, we are soon going to be moving into Capricorn season. I feel like this will herald a time of change for you in a big, very significant way, providing you're willing to let this go. Because as I said, it's going to happen regardless. To make it as easy as possible, this transition. I mean, it's not been an easy process by any means. We can see that there's very heavy energies here. But to make it as smooth a transition as possible from where you're currently at to where you're headed, the best thing you can do is simply release and surrender. And that's what your entire reading seems to be centered around. I haven't even got to the tarot yet, but I already can see through the oracle that that is the clear theme of your reading. Surrender and release. And when you do that, you'll see that this cycle is coming to a complete close. So I feel like this has been somewhat delayed. I feel like you had an opportunity to close this cycle in the past, but again, it didn't happen because you were refusing, you know, very stubbornly to let go of something. What that is going to vary from person to person, but we might get some insight as to what that could be when we get into the tarot now. So let's have a look. But definitely needing to release something here. All right, what we got to begin with? 8 of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Queen of Swords, that is Libra energy. What else we got here? Queen of Wands in reverse, Aries. So you could be connected to any of these signs. You could have these placements. King of Cups in reverse, water energy, Scorpio specifically. So Scorpio is very strong for me in this reading so far. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Pentacles. That is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. More so Taurus for me personally as a reader. Now, looking at your tarot spread to begin with, I can see here with the 8 of Cups to the Queen of Swords, this is you using head over heart, using discernment, using your logic. But your heart is still very much on the same page. If this was the King of Swords, I would say you're fully operating from logic. But because it's the Queen of Swords, this is someone who's still tapped into their emotions. But they're still very much aware of what needs to be done, okay? This is someone who's learned through challenging experience, okay? So this is someone who's still tapped into their emotions, who still operates from a place of love, but has learned some very painful lessons. And so instead of allowing their heart to make the decisions, they use their logic, right? They use their reasoning, they use their discernment. So I feel like you are operating from this space now, based on what you've experienced in the past cycle and beyond that, based on everything you've learned from karmic situations, painful situations, from challenges you've experienced in life that have forced you to mature very quickly, that have forced you to have a complete change of perspective as well. I feel like you're now at a point where you're realizing that the smart play is to simply walk away. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, just happened that way, okay? But that's what I'm seeing here. The smart thing to do at this point in time is to simply walk away, to release, to surrender, to trust, right? Because I also feel like the Queen of Swords, this is someone who is very skeptical possibly of others, but has full trust in the divine, okay? That's what I'm getting from this. So in order to balance out the scales, I mean, she is holding the scales because she is the sign of Libra. To ensure that things are fair, she has to do what is right in the situation, and even by herself. And I only say her because it's the Queen, but this is not about gender, as you know, right? If you're watching tarot for a while, we don't deal with gender necessarily unless it's a very strong channeled message that comes through that talks about a masculine energy, or it's pinpointing that, right? But when we're talking generally about the cards, it's just about energy. So yeah, this is what it's a case of. I need to do what is just, what is fair, what is correct, what is true in the situation. Not just right by everyone else, not just what's right by the divine, but it's also is right by me. And this situation, this thing, whatever it is that I'm holding on to, it's not right for me. And by continuing this, by dragging this with me everywhere I go, all I'm doing is making my load heavier. All I'm doing is making my heart way heavier, right? My mind feels heavy. My thoughts get dark and clouded. Hence, emotionally detaching. And choosing, see all these blue butterflies? That is the symbol of transformation. Choosing to release the burdens, the emotional baggage of whatever this represents in your life at this time. And choosing your spiritual ascension. That's what you're doing, right? You're choosing your rebirth over whatever this represents. With the Queen of Wands in reverse to the King of Cups in reverse, this screams of karmic for me. I feel like this was a very karmic situation that brought out the worst in both parties, I feel. Rather than ascending and uplifting each other, I feel like it became very low vibrational. This could very much be speaking of a relationship. This could be a family dynamic. This could be a friendship. This could even just be speaking of yourself and the types of people you would pull into your sphere, right? Because of possibly some codependency issues, maybe feelings of inadequacy, lack of confidence. Maybe there was a connection that really knocked your confidence, right? Because I'm getting that very strongly, an energy of feeling insecure, not feeling comfortable in your own skin, doubting your self-love, doubting your ability to create, to manifest, to have abundance, to be a force in this world. So there was something that made you felt trampled on, is what I feel, which is what is needing to be released. Especially if you were dealing with someone that was operating from a Queen of Wands in reverse or a King of Cups in reverse energy. Because either way, neither of these energies are the best. The Queen of Wands energy, that screams of someone who is very domineering, who is very jealous, very controlling, very manipulative, very cunning. This could be someone who will go out of their way to cause drama, chaos, mischief. This is someone who could be very unfaithful as well. This could be someone who undermines other people's sense of worth to make themselves feel important, right? It's not a nice energy. Or this is someone who's seriously insecure, but even then, you know, someone who operates from that space is insecure regardless. So that's what I'm getting here. And if you were dealing with someone that was coming from this King of Cups energy in reverse, this is someone who didn't have a backbone, that wouldn't vocalize their feelings, you know? That would rather just have you running in circles guessing, that wants to pretend that they don't feel anything for a situation or for a person, than to put themselves on the chopping block and express how they really feel. Go after what it is that they truly desire, what they're passionate about, what they love, right? Because this Cups energy. So this is someone who is not willing to operate from a heart space. This is someone who would rather be closed off and put on a facade to protect the ego, right? So this is not good either way, regardless of whatever energy you were dealing with and what was being triggered within yourself. Because I feel like one party was embodying one energy and the other party was being triggered into the other energy, right? So that's what I'm getting here. And again, this could be friends, family, lovers, just about anybody. This could even happen at work, right? Where there's like competition between colleagues, or, you know, bosses pitting people against each other for their job, whatever it is. It was toxic. And that's why it's needing to be released. All right, so we know what's crumbling. We've got a sense of that in terms of the energy. What is it that you're attracting at this time? Because there is clearly one cycle ending, another beginning. So what is this new beginning once air signs decide to release something here? Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Wow, King of Pentacles. We do like that. So we do have some earth energy coming up here. You also have the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is wish fulfillment. That's exactly it. You release this baggage, you release the burden, you release the codependent energy here, the toxicity, whatever this is, and you're going to start seeing change, significant, tangible change, things that you can actually pinpoint at, right? In your 3D reality. The Seven of Pentacles is about stepping stones. This is about slowly reaping the harvest as you go along. This is planting your seeds, waiting for it to mature, and then when the time is right, plucking from the tree. Hence we see literally a money tree on the traditional cards, right? So that's what I'm getting here. This is about you planting seeds of intention and knowing that this is going to lead to longevity. This is something that you can reap the rewards of over sustained amounts of time. This is not something that will give you a big payout once and that's it. No, this is smaller increments, but it's stable. It's growing. It's building towards something. And that's what you're seeking to do at this time, I feel. And by removing yourself from this situation, by releasing what doesn't serve you, by emotionally detaching, using logic, using your discernment, and not letting your emotions get the better of you, embracing the transformation, leveling up, you're going to start seeing more abundance, right? And you're going to be able to start maintaining it as well. That's the key thing, maintaining the abundance. 8 of Swords though. Yes, there'll be times where you feel like it's very difficult to let this go. There'll be times where it feels painful, it still feels raw. There are times where you still feel like there's some aspect of your reality that just seems unchanged, that just will not budge. Again, that is all about the mental space. If you can come from this Queen of Swords energy, whenever you get into this space of over-analyzing, overthinking, over-criticizing yourself, others, the situations that you find yourself in, rather than simply surrendering and release it, come back to the Queen of Swords energy. Because this is your energy, regardless of your sign. You operate from this space very easily. This is your natural state, right? So whenever you feel yourself sliding back into that old way of thinking, the old way of looking at things, feeling stuck, feeling trapped, second guessing your worth, second guessing your capabilities of transforming your life, come back to this energy. Literally just have a moment, stop everything, regroup, all right? Because right now you can't afford to get stuck into that energy again. You're on the cusp of everything changing, right? So just something to be mindful of moving forward. And then King of Pentacles. You could end up connecting with a Taurus. This could also even be a Capricorn. But I feel like, honestly, this is about you more than anything. If you release this codependent energy, these codependent types of connections, if you are willing to be very honest and objective with yourself, where you are still embodying either emotional avoidance or a obsessively controlling, possessive, or jealous energy, right? If you can really be honest with yourself and address the wounds where this comes from, these energies come from, then I feel like you're going to start truly healing that. Because you're also getting assistance from the divine to help heal that. But first, you have to be prepared to face the truth, stare into the dark mirror, and address where you've been exhibiting these behaviors, where you've been exhibiting these emotions in some places, right? Or avoiding your emotions, not allowing yourself to feel them fully. And then from there, I feel like that is where you're going to start feeling really grounded and stable in your energy. That's when you're going to be able to just let things flow, let go of that tight grip that you had. And by letting this fall away, let this crumble away, and move forward with grace, you're going to move towards significant amounts of abundance. Like, look at this energy. Like, this bridge is leading to the dream. So much beauty, so much abundance, so nurturing. There's just so much to be had, to be gained, to be experienced. But unless you do this inner work, allow these energies to fall away and acknowledge the hand you play in this situation, I feel like you'll be denying yourself this beautiful beginning, where you can be in the energy of the King of Pentacles, where you have your stability, you have abundance, but not only are you maintaining abundance, you're creating even more abundance. There's plenty to go around. There's no sense of lack, right? The King of Pentacles is lacking naught. He's one step away from becoming the Emperor, okay? So that's literally the energy you can operate from. That's what you can have in this new cycle. But it does mean letting go of whatever this represents and addressing the aspects of self that you don't want to look at, as well as others. Because I feel like it's not even about a whole bunch of people, because I feel like there has been a lot of weeding when it comes to your interpersonal relationships. But there's one connection in particular that you're refusing to acknowledge here. Could be a Scorpio, could be an Aries, could be a Taurus, could be a Libra, okay? Could even be a Capricorn or a Virgo. And now I feel like by doing this work, you're truly giving yourself a gift here, right? With this Page of Pentacles energy. So not only will the divine bless you, you'll be giving yourself a blessing. You'll be giving back to yourself, possibly for the first time in a long time to this extent. It's a gift that cannot be bought, because it will change your life, I promise you, if you do this work. And what does it lead to? Wish fulfillment, abundance, growth, spiritual growth, healing, and attracting the kind of energy, the love, the consistency you're looking for in your life. So honestly, now is a good time to get very serious about this and to get very clear on what wish fulfillment looks like for you. Because I promise you, once you come out the other side of this, you'll be walking straight into your abundance. It's just on the horizon. So a lot to think about there, air signs. So I hope this reading helped. Thank you so much for checking this out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click the notifications bell so you're informed of when your next set of readings are published. And honestly, I feel like this is a major breakthrough for you. Absolutely. Ultimately, no one can make the decisions for you. This is just guidance as always. But if it does resonate, I hope it does help. And for now, I hope you have an amazing holiday season. And yeah, I look forward to big changes, new readings, new changes, new energy coming up in the new year. So wishing you the best of luck, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.